All right, my only goal here is to help you see just how easy it is to save money when using OptiMile Pro. So stick with me and I'll show you how. First thing you have to do is hit this button that says Create Trip. So you hit that button. Then you need to select a truck. When you select the truck, you are choosing a lot of information about the truck. You're choosing where that truck's located. You're choosing things like the current fuel level. All of those details, if your telematics provider is connected, are connected right here when you select a truck. So we can see that currently we're at 23% on our fuel level for this very truck. That means we're going to need to fill up soon. You can then choose if you want the trip to begin at its current location or at the place of its last trip's ending point. Usually you can just pick the current truck's location as long as it's not already on a trip. Then you're going to paste your load information from whatever dispatch tool you use and hit Parse Trip Details. This takes about 2 seconds. And then once you've done that, it automatically puts your load number in, the driver, and all of the details about where that truck is going on that trip. What's important here is that by picking your driver, which you could also do manually if you wanted to, you are picking what their miles per gallon is so that you can say, for this driver, how much fuel do they burn when they drive? So that we can figure out just how much fuel we need to fill them up with. So then you scroll down to the bottom, and if you want to, you can change a couple settings. There's actually quite a few settings. The most important one I think for you to care about in this window is how much fuel you need to have at arrival. By default, we'll use your default settings, which you can set right here, but you can change this to whatever you want. So let's say you needed 50% on arrival so that you can haul a truckload of water, whatever it is. You can add that here and then just go ahead and create trip and generate fuel plan. We give it a couple seconds to go and seriously process tens of thousands of different possibilities to figure out the most optimal way for you to stop on your trip and pay the least amount of fuel because you're stopping at the right locations using your contracted fuel prices. All right, our trip has been created successfully. Here's our overview. We're going to get some fuel in Brigham City. We'll fill to full here. We'll get 140 gallons in Baker City. We'll get another 80 gallons in Berthoud. We'll fill to full in Abilene. We'll fill to full in Calvert City, Kentucky. And you'll notice like the price keeps getting lower as we go. So we were at $3.37. We just had to buy in Baker City. There was not going to be a better option. Then we get to 305, 301. Then we drive till we're almost, then we drive 100 miles. Then we drive a whole bunch and we're back to 307, 307, 309, and then we end up filling at 294. Here's a quick map of what that all looks like. You can see where we're driving, where we're going to stop and get fuel, where our stops are, those are the numbered locations, and then we're going to drive all the way through here. We're going to drive back up this hill to Minneapolis and back down to Dallas. All along the way, though, we're passing tens and tens of different locations that cost more money than these did. You can see what those look like on this fuel price map. Blue is the best, red's the worst. All right, we zoomed out a little bit. Now you can see our fuel plant has stopping here, and then passing all these expensive locations in Idaho, stopping right there, going into Seattle, coming all the way back, coming across Wyoming, stopping in Berthoud, however you say it, making our way across Kansas. And each of the times we're just stopping and picking up the right amount of fuel at the right locations using our contracted fuel prices that we can upload and making the best decisions on our route to purchase fuel at the least cost possible. It's pretty awesome. You really should just pause for a moment and appreciate how fast it could be to make your fuel plans. Fuel plans can be really good. Fuel plans can be perfect even. And you should take the time to sign up for a trial and try it for 2 weeks. It's free. If you don't love it, cancel, no hard feelings. But on this trip alone, if we come back to that trip, you could have paid $4,100 for this trip, $2,835. That's 31% savings. Let's say you only had one truck and it cost you $75. You just got a 17 times return on your investment. That's huge. You should try it. If you don't love it, no hard feelings. But I think you will. And I think your friends will too. If you have any questions, feel free to just pop us a line. We've got this feedback button. You can send us a message. Or if you want, you can just come to our homepage. There's a little icon here, and you can just send us a message and we'll reply. I hope you love it.